Chronicles. I'm your host, Shada Rad, and joining me all the way from Rome is the Italian top football analyst, Massimo Caputi.
Hi, Shada. Nice to see you. I am ready for the next episode of Calcio Chronicles.
Yes, welcome back, Massimo. How was your Easter holidays?
Very good. I played golf, and for me is always a great experience to play golf, especially in the weekend and especially also in Easter.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, here in North Italy, we all had rain all the time. And once we got back to work, we started the sunshine. Anyway, though Coppa Italia and Serie A never stopped, so we have a lot to talk about, and it looks like you actually nailed it with your previews last time. So let's first start talking about Juventus. Juventus, that seems that it has resurrected finally, but not in Serie A, but in Coppa Italia, as you had told us in your previews. They won 2-0 against Lazio yesterday in the first leg of Coppa Italia semi-final. What do you think? Can this be the total change for Juventus? What do you think?
Okay, this is difficult to say because the Serie A is completely different from the semi-final of Italy Cup. It's two different tournaments, but especially two different situations. And in the Serie A, Juventus has a bad period, 7 points in 9 matches. But in Italy Cup now, after the 2-0 against Lazio, is favorite for the pass for the final, and will be interesting to understand if the victory of against Lazio could change the feeling of the team, no? And if the team could have more confidence and more motivation also in Serie A after this victory. I am honest. I am curious to understand this.
Yeah, because as you also nailed it in your previews, Lazio won 1-0 against Juventus in the Matchday 30. So,
but I thought my thought is in the Serie A. For Juventus, the game and the match against the Lazio in the Serie A was difficult because Lazio changed the manager.
Okay,
the first match for the new manager, a lot of enthusiasm in the Olympic Stadium, and also because Juventus played bad in the last period, very bad. And so, for me, in Serie A, was favored Lazio. But in the semi-final at the Juventus Stadium, the atmosphere, the feeling completely changed. No.
Yeah.
And also, I have to say that in the first half, Juventus played bad. Lazio better than Juventus. But in the second half, after the goal of Chiesa, completely changed the match. And Juventus had more enthusiasm, more confidence. And so I hope for Allegri and for Juventus that the victory could be a boost for the Serie A in the next round against Fiorentina. It's no easy match.
Yeah. Well, this might change things around for Juventus, and we'll find out. Now, talking about Juventus, the latest news I was reading today was that Cristiano Giuntoli is thinking about changing the club's management in the summer and may turn to the recently retired Giorgio Chiellini. Have you heard anything about this? Do you think it's just rumors or?
No. The rumors are in this way, no, because Chiellini is on a flag of Juventus and also is and a good person with personality and charisma. But I believe that the big problem for Juventus for the next year is to understand if Allegri will be or not again on the bench of Juventus. Probably very important will be the results in this season. If Juventus gain the Italy Cup or the classification for the next Champions League, probably will be more difficult for Juventus to change on the bench, because after about not only Chiellini, the big rumors are around Thiago Motta as a manager of Juventus for next year.
Next season, okay. Well, we're going to have a lot of changes, probably. Also, other changes that I will talk with you about it in a minute. Now, another struggling team.
No, sorry, but the fans of Juventus are completely divided for Allegri or not, because a lot of fans don't want again Allegri on the bench, but the results
speak for themselves.
Exactly.
It depends exactly on how they're going to perform in the next matches, of course, because they were struggling, and so if they can change things around, maybe there would be a hope for him. Now, talking about another struggling team, I would like to talk about Napoli. What is going on there? I mean, it was absolutely, I couldn't believe it, that they lost 3-0 to Atalanta at home. So,
it has been a big surprise. I didn't believe, because I know that the strength and the good moment of Atalanta, but 3-0 at home in the Maradona Stadium is difficult to understand. But it is an amazing season for Napoli. I didn't remember that the team that has won the title the next season, the season after, played so bad as Napoli. And I think that in the next season we'll have a revolution in Napoli, on the team, on the bench, and probably also as a manager, because we have rumors about some change.
Exactly. Now, talking about changes, I heard that it could be Giovanni Manna as a sports director for the summer transfer window.
It is probably more than a rumors, and probably is sure that Manna will be the next sports director of Napoli, and probably Napoli want to change a lot of players. One on all is Osimhen, because Osimhen 90% will go out.
Yeah, that's true. Another thing, like today, De Laurentiis was actually questioned as a part of an investigation into the alleged false accounting in the Victor Osimhen deal as well, which is going to make things even more difficult, and the departure of Osimhen even more sure. It's one of the things that I was reading on the news, and it's like probably worth saying.
We will see what's happening in this investigation.
Yeah, it's always hard to talk about the investigations, but definitely some revolution, as you were mentioning, has to happen in Napoli, because it's like absolutely unthinkable that the champions of last year would go to such disaster this season. Now, talking about the match day, the Serie A, let's talk about match day 31 and the brilliant matches that is bringing it for us, and the one that I'm sure me and you are mostly interested in, which is the derby of the Capitale, or Roma-Lazio. What are your thoughts about this match? Who do you see favored in this match?
It's difficult to say the favored in the match as a derby. Probably, if you see the table, Roma is favored, no, because and also play at home. Also Lazio play at home, but no, it's the same. Lazio Roma with Roma Lazio, but. Is an important match for both because Roma wants to catch the position for the Champions League, but also Lazio have to win, have to gain point for the table and for a possible qualification in European competition. Is the first derby as a manager for De Rossi, because De Rossi never played a lot of derbies, but as a player, not as a manager. It's also interesting this match for this, because Tudor...
Both managers. For both managers.
Both, but the difference is De Rossi is Romano and Romanista, and Tudor is ex-Juventino.
Yeah.
The feeling
is a big difference. True.
Is completely different. The feeling, and for De Rossi is very hurtful match. No, as a player, and I believe also as a manager. But
of course,
his position is completely different, because when you are a manager, you have to you put strength and the right concentration, and also the right tactic for this match, and no
pressure.
Yes, and my opinion is will be a good and interesting match, more than the other, when on the bench were Mourinho and Sarri, and probably both teams played completely different from Sarri and from Mourinho, and for this I believe will be an aggressive and an intensive match.
Okay, now it's interesting also to see, not only from the point of view of the fans and the managers, but it's also because this could have an effect, the result also on the Azzurri, because I was reading in the news that Ciro Immobile probably is risking his spot in the Italian team in the upcoming European Championship due to the poor performance that he had in the past few matches. Now, we'll see how he's going to perform during the derby.
In this moment, Immobile risked the position also in his team, not only in the national team. And for me, Immobile play at the beginning because he's not in a good form. Probably he's
34.
The age, is important, but at the same time, he is a great forward, and I don't know how Tudor will think about the lineups for against Roma. But my opinion is Immobile will start the match, and probably during the match will enter Castellanos.
Okay, fantastic. Now, let's talk about another big match that we have, which is going to be Frosinone-Bologna. Bologna that has only 2 points of difference with Juventus.
No, but
what do you think they're the favorite ones?
In the history of Italian football, Frosinone-Bologna is not a big match. But in this case, in this season, yes, because Bologna is the big surprise. Is not a surprise, but in general is the best surprise in this season for Serie A. And in this season, but in this case, in this match against Frosinone, has the opportunity for to gain points in the Juventus, no, because between Juventus and Bologna now we have only 2 points, and for me is absolutely favored for the classification for the next Champions League, and the problems are for Roma, Atalanta, Napoli, Lazio, but no for Bologna, because Bologna will continue the way and these important results for the qualification.
Okay. Now,
and for me, we'll win against Frosinone.
We'll win against Frosinone. Okay, so it's going to probably get at the 3rd place. If Juventus win.
Why not? Because also I saw the next match, the next matches of Bologna, and the table and the schedule is not so hard for Bologna. We'll play against Roma at the Olympic Stadium, but in the other games, in other matches, we'll have the possibilities to win and to have a right position and a good position for the qualification and also for the 3rd position. Okay.
Now, before we close this episode, I just want to give an update of the table, which hasn't changed much, since last week. So Inter is still at the 1st place with 79 points. Milan is at the 2nd place with 65, Juventus 59 points, Bologna 57 points, and at the 5th place is Roma with 52 points.
And Roma lost a great opportunity against Lecce, because the draw is not a good result for Roma.
No, exactly. I was really hoping for a win, not an easy win, but I wasn't really thinking about a draw. Well, we'll see how they're going to do against Lazio this week. Also, because we are at the match day 31 this week, and so not much is left. It should be out of 38.
The opportunity are every round few than before.
Yes. No, I agree. Okay. We'll see what will happen. Is there any other point that you would like to add, Massimo? Because for me, that's all I wanted to
say. For me, at the moment, is enough. Is okay, and we will see each other on the next episode of Calcio Chronicles.
Thank you so much, as always, for joining me and for all the insights that you bring. Goodbye. Have a lovely evening. Bye. Well, thank you, all of you that you've been listening to us. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to share it and subscribe, of course. Till next week, have an amazing weekend, and I really hope that your favorite team will win. Take care. Bye.